big mouth, John Cena.
Let's start with one of the most unexpected characters WWE ever gave the spotlight, Eugene. Introduced in 2004, Eugene was played by veteran wrestler Nick Dinsmore, and the gimmick was bold. He was presented as Eric Bischoff's special nephew with developmental challenges, but also an incredible memory for wrestling moves. He could hit perfect versions of finishers from guys like Hogan, Rock, and Austin, and then completely lose focus mid-match, distracted by applause or confusion. It was risky, no doubt, but Dinsmore's performance made it work. The fans didn't laugh at Eugene, they loved him. He was goofy, but also smart in his own chaotic way. He even pinned Triple H on live TV, which basically made him an instant legend. His tag team with William Regal added even more comedy and chemistry. Regal played the strict, reluctant mentor trying to guide Eugene's mayhem, and it clicked. Eugene never held world titles, but his run left a real emotional impact. That's what makes him unforgettable. Number 2, the Boogeyman, the creepy showstopper who scared us silly. Now for someone who looked like he walked straight out of a horror movie. The Boogeyman. Marty Wright made his WWE debut in 2005 and immediately made it clear. This wasn't just a gimmick. This was theatrical chaos. He painted his face in demonic red and black, smashed clocks on his own head, and entered with a creepy chant while holding a giant staff that looked like it belonged in a swamp. But what really sealed his reputation? He ate live worms on camera. Not props, not candy, real worms. And sometimes he fed them to his opponents. He didn't have long matches, and he definitely wasn't a technical master, but that wasn't the point. His character was fear. You weren't supposed to wrestle the Boogeyman. You were supposed to survive him. He freaked out JBL, made Booker T scream on live TV, and haunted backstage segments for years. Boogeyman wasn't full-time for long, but he made surprise returns all the way into the 2010s, because let's be honest, no one ever really forgot the guy who spat worms into Jillian Hall's mouth. Number 3, Santino Marella, the funny guy who stole every scene. Santino Marella's WWE debut was wild from the jump. In 2007, during a show in Italy, Vince McMahon picked a random fan out of the crowd to face Umaga. That fan was actually trained wrestler Anthony Corelli, and with Bobby Lashley's interference, Santino shocked the world and won the Intercontinental title on day 1. From there, Santino went full comedy. He gave himself a thick Italian accent, drew on a fake unibrow, and delivered promos like he was half serious, half stand-up comic. He introduced us to the Cobra, a sock puppet style strike that somehow got more over than some finishers from main eventers. He had hilarious feuds with guys like Sheamus, Vladimir Kozlov, and even Beth Phoenix, with whom he had an on-screen relationship that mixed absurdity with actual chemistry. Santino rarely won the big ones, but fans loved him because he made everything fun. Whether it was a Rumble spot, a backstage interview, or a comedy bit, he never phoned it in. His injuries caught up to him by 2016, but Santino left behind something more than title wins. He proved you could be funny, weird, and still completely belong in WWE. Number 4, Hornswoggle, the tiny troublemaker who owned the ring. You can't talk about WWE's weirdest without Hornswoggle. He showed up in 2006 as Finley's secret weapon, a mysterious little figure who lived under the ring and randomly popped out during matches to bite legs or jump into fights. He didn't talk, he didn't need a lot of offense, he just caused chaos. And it worked! Fans instantly connected with the gimmick. Over time, Hornswoggle evolved from a leprechaun sidekick into an actual WWE character with storylines, title wins, and way too many wild moments. He was revealed briefly as Vince McMahon's son, won the Cruiserweight Championship, and even served as the anonymous Raw general manager via emails read out loud by Michael Cole. It was hilarious, but somehow Postal pulled it off. Outside of the ring, Hornswoggle was a vocal supporter for representation of little people in wrestling. He stayed active in the company all the way to 2016 and always gave 110% to whatever insane idea WWE threw at him. Number 5. Goldust, the bold rebel who broke all the rules. Goldust was ahead of his time, and probably a bit too much for WWE's audience in 1995. Dustin Rhodes, son of Dusty Rhodes, stepped out from his father's shadow with a character that blurred every line. Gender, mind games, and wrestling itself. Goldust was painted head to toe in gold, wore wigs and robes, and walked to the ring like he owned the spotlight. His promos were slow, dramatic, and full of movie references. And his tactics? Uncomfortable on purpose. He'd mess with opponents mentally, get too close, get too weird, and then strike. Fans didn't know how to react at first, but that was the point. And behind all the theatrics, Goldust could go. He brawled with legends like Razor Ramon and Roddy Piper, took wild bumps, and won the Intercontinental title multiple times. He reinvented himself over the years, sometimes leaning into comedy, sometimes bringing the intensity back. Whether tagging with Booker T or teaming with Cody Rhodes, Goldust made sure his character always evolved. When he wrapped up in 2019, he wasn't just a weird character, he was a pioneer. Number 6. R-Truth, the rapper who keeps us laughing. And last, but never least, R-Truth. Ron Killings has been a consistent force in WWE since 2008, and somehow he's never stopped being entertaining. His rapping entrance, his unpredictable promos, and his way of totally breaking the fourth wall turned him into a comedy king. But make no mistake, R-Truth can wrestle. He's held the US title, tag titles, and became the face of the 24/7 championship, holding it over 50 times in the most chaotic ways possible. He lost it at weddings, airports, and golf courses, and it never got old. Truth's gift is that he can be thrown into any segment and he'll make it work. One week, he's calling Paul Heyman Mr. Beastie Boy. The next, he's showing up in the wrong Royal Rumble. Even now, in his 50s, he's still flipping, diving, and cracking jokes like it's nothing. He's one of those rare talents who doesn't need a title belt to be valuable. R-Truth is the moment. Every time he's on screen. So there it is, 6 of WWE's weirdest, wildest, and most unforgettable characters. They weren't always in the main event, and some of them never even chased a world title. But they connected. They brought heart, fear, comedy, and originality to a product that lives on moments. Wrestling needs the weird ones. They keep things fresh. They keep things fun. Who's your favorite WWE oddball?